Welcome back to another edition of 1911 Syndicate. In this episode, we got the end-all be-all, for the most part, for a lot of people, Surefire.
It is.
We got two different lights from them. We got your dual fuel as well as a X300. And I think you guys are actually going to be shocked about both of our opinions, mine changing for sure on Surefire at the end of this video. Before that, real quick, we are a real estate company, believe it or not. It does, with this whole machine, revolve around guns, we understand. We do primarily stuff for law enforcement, military, first responders, and the shooting community, including hunters and guys like us that play dress up and go shoot on weekends.
Yeah, wear beanies, freeze our ass off and shoot houses.
We also got a Patreon, which we appreciate the love and support we've had from Patreon. You guys are awesome. Feel free to go over and check that out. We have some exclusive interviews, some cool behind-the-scenes content, some Q&As that we do.
We did one today.
We did one today. On the drive out here, we'll pull some questions from YouTube and some of the Patreon people and answer them on the drive, which is actually turned out to be kind of fun.
It's fun. It's a good time.
Cool. But like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. If you need help with real estate, we're in, obviously, balls cold Utah, beautiful sunny Arizona, and a bunch of different states around the country. Mostly around military bases, but not all the time. So let us know if you or a friend need help, or your grandma.
Granny's cool too.
Grannies are always showing up. So another thing too, as we jump into this, we did a standardized test for all the lights. That includes a CQB type environment, 50-yard engagements, 100-yard engagements, being able to positively PID targets, how they work around vehicles, punching through the tint, non-tint, ambient light, if they can punch through the ambient light, say of the headlights of the vehicle, and how the light punches out of the vehicle to said target. So yeah, all those will be like a standardized test that you'll see throughout all these light series. So just keep that in mind.
And then one final disclaimer, all the lights in the whole series have all been paid for, no favors have been cut our way on any of this, so FYI, which is probably going to be good given the nature of this one.
Yeah.
We're running lights by a company we're definitely not about to get sponsored by.
Not looking good.
Not looking super good tonight.
Anyways, before we get into that, so we're going to start off with the Scout Light dual fuel.
This is the latest
and greatest.
This is the greatest thing from Surefire.
Which I was hyped on for one of my guns because I'm like, end of the world. I have multiple battery options. The dual fuel, obviously, dual fuel, two different types of fuel. They have the big 18650s.
Yep.
Okay, and those are rechargeable.
Those are rechargeables.
Okay. Or you can do two of the 123As.
Yep. Stacked
on top of each other. It is kind of a bigger light. You can see length of it. Not a lot of girth, but a lot of length.
Yeah, it's kind of a skinny long boy. Yeah.
That's about right.
Yeah. Six-ish.
Yeah, I'll take it. Right in here right now we have the bigger rechargeable battery. Which
that was freshly charged. I feel like this is going to be important.
Which again, it's the 18650. So the interesting thing too, you would think two batteries would be better than one, right? Well, not always, Jake. Not always. Really? 123As, you get, I believe, it's 1200 lumens. Mm-hmm. Okay. Correct? You're tracking on that?
I'm with you. I mean, we're both looking at the same notes, so yeah.
Oh, you do have it there on notes.
Yeah, you're definitely correct.
12,800 CANDELA, and what are we at? An hour and a quarter of runtime with the two 123As.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit better than the previous lights we discussed.
5 years ago, that was killer output.
Yeah. Yep. When you switch to that 18650, again, rechargeable, 1500 lumens, 16,000 CANDELA, and you get an hour and a half of runtime. So it jumps up a little bit. Still though, for a rechargeable battery at 18650, I'd expect a little bit more. And then the other kick in the balls with this? Man, we're just going downhill quick on this. Full send.
I don't think there's going to be any way.
There's no way around it.
Yeah.
This light, after the whole setup, is damn near... No, it's not. It's over $500. And everyone's going to be like... No, because that's $230... No, listen. It's $289 at your local gun store just for the light. Tail cap, you're looking at another $100. Pressure pad, you're looking at another $100. You want the upgraded tail cap that also has a pressure pad on it. So if you're... a button on it. So if your pressure pad goes down, you can click it. You're looking at $139 for that guy.
I mean... What the hell happened there? Oh,
Wow. Huh. From the heavens, or hell, I guess, coming down there.
Like if you MSRP it, which sure you might be able to find some street price deals here and there, which frankly these days not so
Tough
much.
to come by.
525 is the. I know you guys get mad at me sometimes because I base shit on MSRP, but
It's
that's
just
the
fact.
MSRP.
It's just fact.
MSRP of that light with the good tail cap with a Surefire switch is $525.
Which,
It's a lot of money.
that's a Glock
It's a lot of money.
and a light.
It's a lot of money.
Which, again, those numbers are nice that we talk about, but man, just wait, kids.
Well, here's the deal. So, Chris likes more the dual fuel route, and look, I would say, look, I was a big Surefire guy for a long time, but I would run my rifle lights like this. You're kind of wrapped up with your dual fuel spiel, right? For the moment.
I mean, I can be. Yeah, I hit all the points I wanted to. So
Okay, cool.
As he misses the target.
well, I nicked it, didn't I?
No, you did not.
No.
You didn't nick it. Now you hit it.
Okay, my bad. I've been drinking a little bit, so. Just kidding. Dude, that carbon, unless there's wind.
It
Awesome.
it lingers. You suck at night.
So do you.
No, I'm a lot better than you.
Oh, fuck
I'm
you.
a lot better. Give me a fucking call.
Okay, ready?
Yep, I'm cruising through the fucking desert.
Threat. Miss. Look how long you took. Threat.
Oh, kids! You can eat Baconators and you can shoot like this. Threat! Kids! Do Baconators do you any good?
I nicked it.
He's been nicking targets all night. Honestly, I really can't see the target.
Oh, that might be the problem I'm having too. Are we both that shitty?
No, honestly, this is, right now, this is starting to be a testament to the light.
Difficult, isn't it?
I really can't see the target very well.
So it's just interesting because I don't think a lot of people train at night, and for sure, like me and Jake, even early on into the night, are realizing two things. We need nods, and we need to do a low light class.
Okay, so this is going to be a little side-by-side comparison. This is going to be a Surefire dual fuel. Keep in mind, this is running on the freshly recharged 18650 battery,
Yep.
which is the Max Daddy rechargeable battery on Surefire's latest greatest light. And then this is gonna, I grabbed a Mod Light PLH from the truck, which
Okay.
runs, by the way, on a smaller battery, 18350. So super bright, 10 yards in front of me on the dirt.
Yeah.
And now here's a Mod Light doing the same thing.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ. Not to mention, look at the spill.
Spill and the focus beam in the center is like, and that's the smaller mod light.
This is a
correct?
small Mod Light.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
So I'm going to hit you with some X300 stuff here, which is, look, sometimes people might think, I'm going to collapse this down and make it a little more visible. The X300 is a pistol light, okay? And some people would go like, well, that seems kind of like a blasphemy bastard light on a rifle. On a rifle?
Wow.
I'm telling you, when it gets cold enough, your face starts
It's also
to just...
almost midnight.
Yeah,
So.
and your face starts to just lose dexterity, like it is what it is. But it's a pistol light, but it can be adapted to being a rifle light. My case in point to that is, look, Surefire actually makes accessories to make it a rifle light. So instead of the standard little tail cap, if you will, that it comes with when it's on your pistol, you can buy the system that I've got on it now, which comes with the pressure pad, and it basically swaps out the little tail cap so it's ready to go for a rifle. One of the nice things about that is obviously now you're activating lights. There is this little switch that comes on these that you just flip down, and now, same thing like we were talking about earlier, if you wanted to prevent accidental
white light
discharge,
ND, right?
Yeah, basically you just flip this little switch that's right here, and then now your light's on or
Cool.
off. But here's the deal. So X300, I've been a proponent of them for rifle lights for quite a while. So these guys, 1000 lumens, versus, let's just say on the rechargeables,
Yeah.
1500, okay, 1000 lumens, 11,300 candela versus 16,000, runtime hour and a quarter. I feel like you're about to say something.
No.
You're just picking your nose.
Yeah, drippy nose.
So these don't run on rechargeables. They just ran on your standard CR123A batteries, right? Lithium batteries, non-rechargeables. So that is going to obviously drop the power a little bit compared to some of the rechargeables. But let's see here. We actually already talked about some of that. There is an A and a B model, FYI. I always like the B model, basically the one that has the screw. Basically, you just flathead screw it onto whatever rail versus this one that's like, it's just like a little...
Spring-loaded.
Yeah.
See, I like the spring-loaded ones.
Here's why. You don't shoot anything other than Glocks or ARs.
Yes.
If you shoot 1911s or 2011s, the spring-loaded ones, they really do not go on those rails.
Even with the accessories that they have, because they have 2 different rail mounts on those. They come with it. You got to switch them out.
Well, fuck you. I didn't know that.
It is 6 tiny little screws, and it's a pain in the dick.
That sounds like a pain in the dick. I get the
Yeah.
one with the screw because you just screw it onto whatever the host is, and it's life made easy.
Just screw it.
But so cost, right? It's going to be very similar. $329 for an X300, $195 for the system here. That's going to wind up being your pressure pad and your little tail cap. That's going to swap it out to make it good for rifles. But obviously, the reason that I like this, which is why I've been a proponent of it, is versatility. Because now you have the benefit of, if you said, look, I'm either not a man that makes a lot of money, or I don't own a lot of guns and I'm not die hard into this and I'd like my gear to check as many boxes as possible, cool. You can get one X300 and run it on rifles or pistols. So really, it's up to you. It could be a super versatile platform versus clearly something like a dual fuel. That's only ever going to go on a rifle.
Yeah.
Let's see. One thing with these you are going to need is a pick rail. So whatever rifle it's going on, you know, like this is an M-LOK handguard, AXTS rifle, by the way, the artist, now known as Radian. And then that's a Knight's Armament, just for everyone that, you know, likes to
Ask.
know what guns are what here. So this is an M-LOK handguard, and so you are going to need to attach a pick rail, which is what then the light's going to go on. So it is going to be a couple extra little pieces that you got to get there. Same thing though, all in cost, you're looking at $525. It's a steep price tag, okay?
And the downside to that for me is it's just like too much shit on too much shit on too much shit. Like,
I get
there's a
it.
lot of moving pieces with that thing.
I get it. There's a lot of moving pieces. I don't deny that. Let's talk. So one of the things we're going to hit within these series as well with each company is basically, well, what is their pressure pad solution? Because there are going to be different options for different companies. So let's hit this Surefire. I mean, look, the Surefire pressure pad is for a long time, I would say it's been it's been the gold standard, right? And I don't know if we're going to be able to really justify that a whole lot anymore. So it's the SR07 is the model that I've always run on Surefire pressure pads. And it's just, again, for people that don't do this stuff a lot. Basically what you've got is you're going to have a pretty long pressure pad up top. So like I can get about 3 fingers on that pressure pad, right? And then all the way in the back, you're going to have an actual button that's going to be your permanent
Constant on.
Yeah, constant on. If you
So the pad is just momentary on.
Pad is momentary.
The one thing too that I don't know if you know this, you see these slots up front?
Yeah.
That's so you can zip tie it to a rail.
Yeah.
So I zip tie all my shit. You guys may not be able to see a lot of the cords and stuff to manage your cords. It's zip tied on. That's no secret, but I would highly suggest you zip tie all your shit down so it's not a snag hazard. Pro tip.
Yes. Now, because all these, I mean, I'm going to show you how simple this is.
It peels right off.
There you go.
Yep.
So that's all, and now I have to find the perfect placement for that again. Wherever.
Well, if it was zip tied on, you wouldn't have had to worry about it.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
It was further forward.
Like I said, I'm not a man of great financial means. I don't have money for zip ties, Chris.
Zip ties. I just spit everywhere. I'm sure the camera picked it up. Sorry, guys.
It looks super good. Super good. It's late. It's late, everyone. You know, it's late. And it's chilly. But look, here's the. I mean, look, with gloves. Okay, this is something that we've done with all these. This gets a little tough with gloves to find this so, you know, the Surefire one being super long. So, hey, look, right now, I'm going to not point directly at the camera, but so I'm at towards the front of the pressure pad right now. I am pressing down. I'm at the front third of the pressure pad right now, pressing, nothing. I'm going to roll back a little bit. There it finally is. All the way at the back of it, fine. All the way at the front is a little dicey. The middle is obviously fine. But in gloves, again, I'm running into a situation where there's no real feeling of like, that's the spot, pressed there. Obviously, people have run these overseas for a long time in military law enforcement crowds. So it's like, it's not to say that it's not good, but it is to say that, you know, one thing that is interesting with these is, look, on some of the newer lights, mod lights of the world and different things, these legacy Surefire pressure pads are not capable of giving those rechargeable lights their full power. And that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it has to do with circuitry, right? Like
it has to be.
Circuitry can't uphold the power, so it's a crutch to the light if it can use a rechargeable, because that pressure pad simply doesn't give you the output. Which, dude, I would have never even thought that could have been an issue until we started this series.
Yeah, and to the best of my knowledge, Unity Tactical is actually the one that came up with the patented shit, which is what gives the rechargeables their full power.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Which is going to be with the hot button and the mod button. Maybe they will make appearances on this show.
So you're telling me a company that's innovating the hell out of everything right now innovated more?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so let's kind of hit some opinion stuff here. So, I'm
going to go first on this.
Yeah.
So my opinion on Surefires for a very long time was best of the best, don't spend money on anything else. Because for a long time that was the case. And I know one story, I personally know this individual, like a week into his deployment, his Surefire took an AK round through the front and came out the side. So it didn't break the bulb, but it broke the lens and came out the side. That light ran for 6 months on his deployment after that.
So probably get a different light, but that's just
correct. Me. But he was a grunt. It's whatever. But anyways, came in the front, came out the side, didn't break the bulb. Light ran for 6 months on his deployment until he went home, which is badass.
Yeah, it's a great testament from toughness.
Correct. Now, that was always that trumped everything. Like, dude, toughness. It's gonna last forever. The light's great. Everything, dude. My opinion after tonight and the research we've been doing. Man,
it's tough. Man.
It's tough.
It's tough.
These are not performing. This might be a spoiler alert, but they're not performing. They're second to last right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only light that has less output than these are the Enforce lights that would have been the first video in this series. Mind you, you're talking about all in for everything you need, $150 light. These are north of three times the price. And I'm telling you that the X300 is a pistol light. I expect it to not be perfect on a rifle. It's a pistol light.
Yeah.
That's a dedicated rifle light. And it's the best that they've got right now.
And it's same.
It's not good.
Yeah.
It's really not good. I'm telling you guys, the slop that is that dual fuel, there is no hot spot anywhere in it. It is just
a weak flood.
This is when you push the pressure pad. This is the sound that the beam makes. Blah. and you're just like, did I put it on? And the light's like, blah. And you're like, is there any hot spot to be found? And the light's like, nah. It's just, there's just nothing there. I'm telling you, at 100 yards, I'm not getting shit at 100 yards on that.
No.
It's so sloppy. It's incredibly, incredibly sloppy.
And 100 yards isn't a lot to ask. That's like your block that you live on.
Not for the industry leader, and this is their best that they've got. It's really unfortunate. We are definitely not getting a Surefire sponsorship from this, but
they don't deserve it, to be honest. So.
I don't know what to tell you. Look, here's my honest impression: is this. There's a pro and a con to being the biggest. The pro is that you're the biggest, so times are usually pretty good. The con is that this is like any business in planet Earth where you go, hey, look, a lot of times when you're the big dog and you've been the big dog for a long time, it's very tough to want to do the stuff that got you to the dance. And it's like, guess what? The problem with that is there's some little guys coming up that they're going to eat your lunch. And that's my impression with Surefire right now. It's like, dude, you guys got comfortable being the big dog, and some of these new guys came in and they're whooping your ass. Like
hands down.
Yeah,
kicking
like
their ass.
not debatable. Like not debatable numbers, not debatable to my eye and what it's seeing. I mean, this is not a close race. It's a bummer.
It is.
It's a real bummer.
And with the, we went over you guys will see in the footage, but with the output of these lights and the numbers we gave you, I see not a single lick of sense to get a dual fuel. I'd much rather go with that because of versatility.
Okay, so now that you're saying, I was looking at a note. This is a staggering fact to me. So the entire industry, I mean, this is like, what the fuck? We were talking about this in the car earlier. Like, the ultimate compliment to Surefire should be that the whole rest of the light world uses your mounting footprint, right? You use a Surefire Scout footprint, which is these two little holes where screws go, so basically accepts a wide range of the industry mounts.
BCM, Arisaka, I mean, you name it.
Yeah, it's not Arisaka. It's not like a dude named Ari.
Arisaka or Arisaka.
It's Arisaka, but you know, you can say air,
look,
whatever.
Didn't do well in college, obviously. So
Yeah,
relax.
But so this dual fuel isn't on the Surefire Scout footprint. It's a totally different mounting solution. I'm like, hang on, you went through everything to get to this point where everyone else has adopted your footprint, and then you change it to something totally different? Like,
well, it's because this is the Pro, right? That comes with its own mount.
yeah, but even that, I don't like it.
Yeah, which the argument could be like, well, you shave money a little bit because it comes with its own mount. Look, they should have done that ages ago. And you changed the fucking footprint, dude.
To me, that's a suicidal move. Yeah. I mean, it's a suicidal move. Like, I mean, it like, total swing and a miss on that. The mount is a pain in the ass if you are not used to. It's a pain in the ass. I called you when I was installing that in the gun, and I was like, dude, I'm telling you, like, I'm not getting something here, and it's just not that intuitive. For someone that works on plenty of guns,
I explained it like you would to a child, and he understood, because it's really not that difficult, but it's okay.
It's a bummer. One thing with the pressure pad too, going back to that, is like, look, it's compared to some of the other offerings we'll get into, it's ginormous, to quote Buddy the Elf. It is just huge. The amount of rail space that it takes up. Like if you had a sub gun or something, that is way too big. Like, yeah, it's just entirely too much rail space. Like, it's like real estate where you go like, look, like the amount of space that we have, this is valuable. And it's like, that takes up a fucking metric shit ton of it. Like, it's too big. The light output isn't there. The footprint is different now. You're just like, I almost feel like I'm missing something.
There's a different pressure pad you can get, which I run on one of my guns. It's no constant on, just momentary on, and it's about this big. It's on my BCM that I have here.
The Surefire one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like Velcro.
Well, I zip tied it.
Exactly. Yeah. That one's even worse.
Yeah.
Like, that one's way worse. Yeah, it's cheaper, but it's literally like just fucking Velcro pad. Like, it doesn't even clamp on.
I get it. I was trying to give them at least one good thing, but dude, I'm bummed on Surefire. I've been a Surefire whore for a long time. I always push them at the shop, and man.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a sad day.
It is.
Honestly.
My closing thought is I'm sad.
I'm sad. I whenever you got to deliver the bad news reviews like this, this is a case where it's like, man, thank God we weren't given these lights. It's like, this gets way more tough when you're like, fuck, man, they gave us that shit. But even then, straight up,
that note, if we do get something, you guys can rest assured we're going to be honest about it.
We'll be honest, but like, this is definitely easier. We're like, well, at least I foot the bill on this one.
Yeah, which now I actually feel worse because I paid $2,000 in Surefire lights over the last 6 months, but you know, whatever. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's just
so,
money.
you know, might be a little bit of a shock value on this one, but hey, there's definitely some good options coming on the next portions of the series here. So
Yeah.
stay tuned on all that stuff. Anything else? Or
Not all the videos are a bummer like this, and even then, look, Surefire's still a good option. There are way better options.
They're not bad,
So
but they're way behind.
And again, when you become the big dog, if you don't innovate, you die. So if you're looking to start a light company, continue to innovate. Pro tip from Chris. So
Yeah, and those pro tips from Chris are worth.
they're free, which is why
They're free. Yeah,
take it for what it's
'cause
worth.
no one's paying for them. So
Correct.
Anyway, pro tip from Chris: it is free. You were not charged for it. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on part 3. Maybe we'll be talking about, what did you call it? Ari?
Arisaka.
Yeah, maybe we'll be talking about Arisaka on part
It's actually
3.
the
So.
correct pronunciation in Japanese, but it's okay.
Okay, fucking Japanese.
doesn't
Chris
know.
over here. All right, see you
Later,
kids.
guys.
Arisaka, not Arisaka, which is how Chris likes to pronounce it.
The good news is that for the high schoolers out there that don't have your own place yet, get your back windows tinted. Oh my gosh. Is it not true?
Well, I don't know if that's appropriate. I mean, they are underage, but
They turn for the college kids. Not high school, because that would not be age appropriate. And at that point, I could see the hot college kids doing that. Hey, what are you doing in there? And that's what I'm just saying, if you're gonna, intervene in a situation.
if I was in college and I'm like getting it on with some chick in the
And I
back of
roll
my
up like
vehicle,
this?
and some dude rolls up like that, either two things are gonna happen. I'm gonna get more erect, or I'm gonna lose it instantly.
You're gonna get more erect, I think.
Probably.
I think you are.
The fear and adrenaline.